Okay. And everything. So this one is from actually the Belize photographer, as well as this one right, Hurricane. That's from Belize directly. Okay. And I think the birds. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Take her out. And then you put the glitter, whatever the glitter is over here. Okay. And then put the medicine.
Now, music is so important, obviously. It is all about the vibes. We only accept the highest here at the Style Men. And I will tell you, we have Mr. Bert McCoy. I also want to give a little round of applause to my man here. He's going to be all in the music. This man is not just a DJ, he's a producer, he's a rapper. He's just an artist. Find that man, and we will find the vibrations, all right? So next up, with this, we have Misha Tate. She's going to be singing 2 songs, the first of which is from the book called My Guide. And this is featured. She's in collaboration, and we're so excited to have her. Misha Tate, come on down, and let's crack it off, y'all. Round of applause for Misha Tate, everyone.
Carry me on your wings, angel divine.
Beautiful and blessed event, and we could not be more happier or proud to be here. The song of Hummingbird Highway is so special to me because of KM. The characters just jump off the pages. They are so prophetic in their rhythm, each character has their own melody. And it's such a beautiful book, and it has the soul and spirit of such a beautiful author. The only thing that sparkles more than her blue eyes is her heart. You all, I am so happy to have her as a part of my family, but now to have her as part of my literary family. And And I know that she's my favorite author, and she is about to be your favorite author. This book is perfection. It is sensational, and I know that you will fall in love with her. Please put your hands together and welcome our new most favorite author, K.M. Cookie.
Thank you all for being here. Welcome to Sparkle Party number 4. For those who don't know what a Sparkle Party is, let me take you on this journey. The evolution. Sparkle Party number 1. I declared I would fulfill a dream, not for recognition, but because I always wanted to do this. I made the decision I would wear a sparkle dress for my own accomplishments. I was going to write a book. Sparkle Party number 2. I declared the book was complete. 526 pages, 3 years, it was real. Sparkle Party number 3. I celebrated finding a publisher, Kohler Books, who believed in the story. Sparkle Party number 4, today. We celebrate the launch of Song of Hummingbird Highway. This book releases everywhere today, February 15th. Every station you experience today represents someone who shared their culture, their art, their heart with this story. Let me say some thank yous. The Caribbean Food Station by Glenn and Marie. Thank you for bringing authentic Belizean flavors to life. If you don't know what's over there, we have lemon tart, coconut tart, Belize bun, meat pie, and cassava cake. So I know you're not going to get that anywhere, but here. The sound. Thank you to Bert McCoy, and Dan Marcus, who spends their Sundays at Lamert Park giving musical artists an open mic opportunity to share their music. The Hummingbird Vision Boards. These beautiful hummingbirds represent optimism and hope as their wings beat 70 times per second, creating a hum that sounds like possibility itself. This station is powered by Chuck Delator Images. Chuck has been photographing birds and other wildlife for 45 years, all over the lower 48 states. He lives in Michigan, where he enjoys hawk, waterfall, and songbird migrations, but especially loves birding in California and all of the Southwest. Hope you all participated in spending a moment of reflection to name what you will let go of and where will you fly next. These questions shape Terri's journey. The Dream Bottles. If you haven't done so already, please stop by the Sparkle Station. Write something you are proud of for yourself or something you want to strive towards. Decorate the bottle with a pinch of sand for grounding and some glitter for belief. The custom keepsakes that you build are to take home a reminder to keep creating and keep dreaming. The gallery screen. These artists provide the 30 black and white photographs that open each chapter, visual meditations that guide readers into a new part of Terri's journey. Monica Delatorre is a visual artist based in Southern Colorado. Her images are inspired by the truths revealed in nature. Annie Kaplan, fine art photography, captures true essence through empathy and creative direction. Working in film and digital, she finds beauty in sacred spaces, a female gaze, and natural landscapes, the same artistry that brought beauty to this novel. Pablo Garcia grew up in Corozal, but now lives in San Pedro, Belize. He takes risks in his photography since Miss Kay Scott gifted him with a box of camera gear, lenses, and a Nikon camera. Since losing his father at a young age, he likes to focus on family photographs, allowing his images to tell a story. For Pablo, photography isn't just taking pictures, it's making memories. Ramon Boyko, my visual collaborator who has inspired me for years, in his fine art photography, he aims to imbue real-world scenes with surreal, dreamlike qualities, inviting viewers to consider the beauty imparted on the world by the broad passage of time, as well as the beauty within discrete passing moments of time.
Whether through arresting the decay of objects, or the motion of the moon along its orbit, or the flutter of palm leaves in the breeze, or the beat of a hummingbird's wings, he hopes to inspire reflection of one's own life journey. And then there's the playlist selfie station. 100+ songs in the book aren't just the soundtrack, they're the architecture of the novel. Every song was spoken to speak what Terri couldn't yet say aloud. Every month on my newsletter, I release a new Spotify playlist that begins with a song from the book. The other songs complete each story. And then for photography, we have Ryan Spencer and Sean Boyd joining us to film this event with artistry and friendly humor. Many of you may not be familiar with the pink sparkle shoes story. These shoes have been my companion on the social media journey, not worn, but carried. They've given me confidence as I navigated unfamiliar territory. They reminded me that my writing is about the people I meet on the journey. My secondhand Chuck Taylor shoes became social media stars. Pink stars with bedazzled rhinestones in exactly my size of 6.5. Walking by my side, funky across decades, authentic truth in art, music, and people. Through my shoes, I document the journey to publication, showing where I've been and where I'm going. They tell my story in a way my uncomfortable smile never could. And now, I'm happy to reveal, okay, gotta work with me here. It's time to retire my shoes. And instead, bring my new shoes. For the next chapter of the journey. The first journey was to get to publication, and now these shoes are going to walk with me through the success of this book. We're now going to have a champagne toast.
Fill up your glass. Today we celebrate a cycle of completion, and we celebrate a cycle of new beginnings. We celebrate the walk down Hummingbird Highway to success. We celebrate all of us coming together in love, and we celebrate in agreement. We celebrate KM Cookie in her next destination in literary greatness. We toast to love, to happiness, to health, wealth, and abundant blessing. So
Cheers. Cheers.
Kim.
Thank you. Culture, preserving and disseminating it to reacculturate new generations. Cheryl Figueroa Norales, the president and founder, read this book cover to cover and caught inaccuracies that needed correction. Those edits mattered more than any other feedback because they protected the integrity of the communities that trusted me with their stories. Let's give a hand to the guys.
Thank you so much for welcoming me into the space. Again, my name is Cheryl Figueroa, and I am so grateful that Kim included the Kriol, Garifuna, and Mayan indigenous groups from Belize. Now, with Garifuna people, I'm just going to give you a little history about Garifuna people. Garifuna people are actually indigenous to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are of Arawak and Carib and Africans from Mali who arrived to St. Vincent between 1310 and 1311. And we mingled with the Native Americans over there, which gave birth to us, the Garifuna people. So, for 150 years, while we were in our homeland, when the Europeans came over, they wanted our rich soil, our land. So we fought them for 150 years until we were exiled. And we arrived, we made it to Central America, to Roatan, Honduras, and we arrived there April 12, 1797. We have been living in exile for 229 years, come April. After that, we lived in Honduras for 30 years. Then we finally made our way to Belize in 1804. We were granted permission to get into Belize and settle the southern part of Belize only, initially. And now we're all over the place. Now we are all over the place in Belize. Little bit of history again. Belize has the second largest Garifuna population in Central America. Honduras has the largest population of Garifuna people in Central America, again followed by Belize. Then is followed by, not Nicaragua. Nicaragua comes the last. Nicaragua has the smallest population of Garifuna in Central America. But we have Honduras, then we have Belize, then we have Guatemala, then we have Nicaragua. Belize has a very vibrant, when we say vibrant, you go to Belize in November, it's crazy bananas. It's everything Garifuna, all day Garifuna. The view is hudud, everything hududu. Wake up, hudud again. I'm telling her we're gonna eat hudud. So that's the thing, and that's the beauty about Garifuna. We have our own language. We've maintained our indigenous language. We maintain our indigenous food, our culture. Everything we've maintained over 229 years, again, living in exile, we've been able to maintain that culture, and today we're going to share it with you. We're going to share with you a little bit of our drumming, and we're going to bless this space, starting with the hugga-hugga. The hugga-hugga is our ancestral blessing. We usually do it in a temple. But we believe that our ancestors never leave us. They're always with us. So every time we are somewhere in a space like this, we always make sure that we pay homage to our ancestors. And then after we do the hugga-hugga, we're gonna punta, okay? We're gonna punta. In our language, our native language is called lantini. But in Spanish is called punta, because when the Spanish people first observed us dancing, we would dance barefoot. When they observed us dancing, we would dance with our toes pointed. So whichever direction our toes pointed is the direction our body moved. So from there, the Spanish people pointed punta, but that is not our indigenous name. So we're gonna show a little bit of that. But again, we're gonna start with the blessing whenever the drummers are ready. And I will demonstrate the punta only once, and you all are gonna join me after. All right?
celebrating culture. We all have things that we can learn from each other, no matter what that is. And I think this book and the people that are here, every different person, every collaboration, is about opening your heart and having a conversation where you listen and not just talk. And so I'd like to just invite everybody to talk to each other and learn new things just like I did. And we're now gonna, anybody who wants a book signed that's got a book, then we're gonna do that. All right. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, what an incredible book. What an incredible time. You have the Garifuna drummers. Give it up for them. Yeah. Got the real McCoy, Bert McCoy over here playing music while we're all getting down, enjoying the vibe around here. And I just want to say another special thanks to everyone that came here to the Style Den to help us launch this incredible book that's going to inspire us all.